So in this video, I'm going to start it out with a quick time lapse. I swapped out the sniper for the 2300, plumbed it up to the boat tank, and strapped that to the front bumper of the truck, and basically fought the timing and the distributor to get this thing idling to the point where I could take it for a spin around the block. Here you see me driving this thing out of the driveway for the first time since I've had it. It actually drives really nice. I'll go through the review of it at the end, but at this point I think I was smiling so big that I probably couldn't see over my own teeth. I had a lot of fun with this. I was trying to keep things running. You'll hear it starts to stall out because the power valve on the carburetor is bad. But whatever, man, this thing is running. I took it for a quick loop in the back roads in my neighborhood. I didn't want to take it out, obviously on any main roads. So, if it did break down or if I was anyplace, I'm only doing, I think I'm in second gear here this whole time. I got it up into third gear twice, but the gear ratio on this truck is such that third gear isn't all that impressive to begin with. At this point, you can hear I'm having problems getting downshifting, basically, getting this thing to downshift into gear. I just could not figure it out. I don't know if the clutch needs to be adjusted or what. I'll have to figure that out when I get it running steadily and more reliably in the future. So when's the first drive I've actually taken in this truck? It was hit and miss. The carb is not happy. The carb has not had gas in it for probably 2-3 months. The accelerator pump is probably shot, probably needs to be rebuilt again. I wound up putting the 2300 back on here just to get the damn thing on the road. The other thing I'm going to do with the 2300 on here is use that to correctly time the engine, because I still don't think the engine is timed correctly. I think it's still wonky. I know that the sniper will work. I know that all that stuff is fine, but I don't know that the timing is correct on this thing. So I'm going to take it one step back and start there, just get it running smoothly and correctly, and then put the sniper on and try to get that thing functional. I cannot tell you how happy I am to drive this thing. I was trying not to make any stupid faces while I was recording. That was a hell of a lot of fun. She drives really nice. The steering is, as you would expect, like a tractor. It's not power assist, so getting this thing around curves and turns and things is challenging. And it's got the turning radius of the QE2, but it's a hell of a lot of fun to drive, man. The clutch feels good. I was having an interesting time going from third back down to second. And I don't know what that is. I think I've probably got to double clutch it to match the RPMs. I've just got to learn how to do that, because I'm used to the synchro in the Scout where I can just shift at any point. And this doesn't seem to be as forgiving. So that'll take some practice. Brakes feel good. I rebuilt the brakes myself. I did the whole thing myself. I'm actually kind of shocked. I had it up into third gear. I didn't have to slam on the brakes, and they are all drum brakes. So you got to get on the brakes to get some stopping going. So at some point I'll have to put some sort of brake booster in this thing. But it runs. It's driving. I want to give a quick thanks to Jack and the fellows at Dorsey Transmission, who did a fantastic job with this truck and with the Scout as well. If you are in the Baltimore area, check them out. They love to work on old cars. On Saturday morning, I took the Scout across the Chesapeake Bay Bridge to a friend's house to help her do some honeydews on her house. A beautiful day for a drive. The truck ran fantastic. Sunday evening, I had a little bit of time left over, so I threw the boat tank back on the truck and tried to get it running again, and I could not. I couldn't figure out what the story was. It would just run choppy and die, a lot worse than it had on Friday night. So I had a little bit of time and started to troubleshoot it, and basically was just trying to keep the thing running. So in a minute, I popped the hood to try to fool with the timing, figuring the timing was the culprit. So I had to loosen up the distributor to sort of spin that and start fooling around with that and get it running again. And here you can see there's a culprit. I hadn't realized it, but one of the plug wires had come undone. I did eventually find that, or notice that, and hooked it back up, and then got it running. As soon as I had figured that out and adjusted the timing, it ran a lot better. Still wants to die. The power valve is still bad. No amount of soaking it in the gas would help it, so I'm going to have to address that, but I at least was able to get it to move around in the driveway again, which was nice. We'll call that good for now. I did move the distributor around a little bit. Seems to be running a little bit smoother, and the exhaust definitely cleaned up a bit. The carb needs help. The accelerator pump isn't coming back, so I'm going to tune this thing. I'm going to have to buy another 2300 rebuild kit and rebuild the accelerator pump and just clean the carb out, because it's mad. It's been sitting for 3 years, or three months. So that'll be the next step. So having taken this whole thing apart and put it back together again, it looks good. The jets are clean. I squirted everything out with brake cleaner. The power valve was okay. All of the linkages and everything are fine. The passages are clear, so don't really know what's going on there. I did, drain it out, and there's just a little bit of stuff in the tank, or in the boat tank. A couple of floaties in there, so what I might do is slap a filter on the end of this thing before I put it back on and get it done. But I'll just let this thing sit overnight, and then hopefully tomorrow I can come back and put this thing back in, and we'll test out idling it a bit more. That's going to do it for this week. Thanks so much for watching. As always, if you like what you see, hit the like and subscribe buttons down there. I'm told it helps. If you're interested, I've got merch for sale. I'll put a link up here in a minute. All sales there go back to parts for the trucks here, so I do appreciate anything you might buy. And I will see you in a week or two. Thanks.